Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, what I like to do is to create videos that I would have found helpful when I first got out looking for treasure. Today we have a couple eBay packages. I'm not sure what's what. I've bought a number of different things lately. By the end of the video, I'll make sure to let you know how much I paid for it. And then with all of my videos these days, if you go back, I have been learning how to make videos, so I didn't always do this. But now I will always include the, oh, that one's test acid. This one is an eBay package. With all my videos, what I will do is include the pictures from the eBay package. So whatever, this is kind of interesting packaging. I like this packaging. So whatever it was that I saw when I bought this, you'll get to see at the end of the video. So if you just stay to the very end of the video, you'll see what prompted me to purchase this. These are kind of interesting. They are, there we go. Okay. And you know, I'm never quite sure why exactly I bought something when I'm opening it up. Usually we can figure it out as we go through here. I'm sure there was something in this lot of like little pins and stuff that I thought was either gold or silver, or as does happen with me, I will sometimes buy an auction just because I want to see what's in there. Like there's something that I just gotta see. The other thing that'll happen sometimes is I'll gamble on them if they're nice and cheap. And we'll find out here in a minute. Probably, given that this looks like it might have some little bits of gold in it, we might have to do some testing on. I'll probably check how much I paid for this lot when we go do some gold testing. So this actually is pretty cool right here. So this is an Elks pin, or 2 Elks pins maybe. So generally, what you got with something like this is you've got your little Elks pin. It's like that, right? In this case, though, I think it decided to break itself apart, or somebody broke it apart. So we have the back there, and then we have this part. Now that little black bit you see on that is generally like a lead solder. So these are frequently gold. We'll go ahead and gold test this. We'll see what we got. It's kind of fun that it's broken into pieces for us, because we can test each piece separately. Yeah, so I'm guessing the reason I purchased this auction is because I thought there was gold in it, and there very well may be. Let's just use one of these cute little things. There we go. And who knows what all else. Let me zoom out so you don't get motion sick while I open up all this stuff. Oh yeah, here we go. A little Shriner charm, looks like. I don't know that it's silver. It's a little shiny. Sometimes silver can be super shiny because it's rhodium plated. But this one, okay, so that's not silver, and I think the rest of it is, yeah. The rest of it is attracted to the magnet, so. We have a little Shriner cap charm, but that is not silver. What do we have here? Oh, that's pretty cool. It's a little genie bottle or something like that. Is that a mark on the bottom? Sterling. That's a cool little pin. I like that. So we got a little bit of sterling out of this lot. This looks like it's probably gold. Let's just have a quick look at it and we'll see. Oftentimes these are marked. It's got a stone in there. Maybe not. But you can see how there's like a hole for the stone. So we'll go ahead and add that to our gold testing. I think, oh wait, is there a mark right there? No. We'll go ahead and gold test this too. I bet it's gold. Probably a diamond, probably gold. Oftentimes these little guys are. Now, how much gold is there? Not much. Not much at all. You are not going to get rich on the gold in a lot like this, to be certain. But gold's fun, so we like it. Speaking of gold, this looks good on the front for gold, or at least gold fill. And the primary reason for that is that all of this work looks to probably have been hand done. See all these edges that are cut out and all the engraving. That is a nice one, actually. Maybe gold fill. Let's see, we've got a little bit of discoloration there. Well, we'll see. We'll go ahead and test that on the back. Actually, it may not be necessary to test that on the back. So with gold fill pieces or rolled gold pieces, sometimes what you can do is you can see on the edge where one material starts and the next material, and then that material stops. So you see how it's like very shiny there but less shiny there? That could indicate that the whole front has a plate on it. Then you look at this side and it's like, all looks like one material there. All looks like one material there. So we'll go ahead and give this one a little scratcheroo. We'll do some acid testing here in a moment. And I think that might end up being gold. A little frustrating to figure out how much weight you have in gold with this stuff though, because the pins, like here, you know, we're unscrewing this right here. And the stud is not going to be gold, pretty much ever. It's basically never gold. That looks like gold. Yeah, I'll be real surprised if this isn't. It really, well, maybe it's just plate, and that's why I'm thinking. Let's see. I don't know. It is a little... my initial reaction is looks good for gold, but then the front being, you know, all of this enamel somewhat tempers my excitement. I don't know. We'll see. We will find out. We'll definitely be doing a bunch of... If you enjoy the acid testing, this is definitely... Oh, does this one even go on here? All right. Let's zoom out so you're not... I'm not sure if this... So these are threaded specifically. If you try to put the wrong one on something, you'll definitely know it. I guess it's just a little damaged, maybe. Okay. Let us continue. So I have fun with these little lots. They're little dribs and drabs of gold. They're never, even if you do get gold in these, which isn't uncommon, the backs aren't going to be gold. That's just going to be like a thick plate or a fill, generally. But it's usually like such a teeny tiny little bit. And this one, I don't know. What do we think? Maybe. We'll test it. It's so thin, we're clearly not looking at two different materials. So we'll give that one a scratch too. Yeah, it looks like this lot's going to be a lot of fun just in gold testing. Then we'll kind of get an idea of maybe how much gold we got by the end. Generally, these things, if they are gold, are 10 karat, maybe sometimes 14. But like that little guy looks good for gold. They're also frequently just marked. Now, when they're not marked, that's generally how they end up in these lots. Let's look close at this one real quick. What I'm looking for is distinct layers. You see, this looks a little different than that. This looks a little different than that. This will be probably a good example. I think we probably have fill here. Maybe not. Maybe it's just that the front's polished more. But what we'll do is we'll test the back and the front, and we'll show you sort of what the difference is between one of these pieces that's rolled gold or filled. That is to say, it's got a karat gold top or face, basically. So it's got a plate of gold on the front, which is why it looks like gold, because it is. But then the backer is brass. Generally speaking, brass. This doesn't look super duper. Nope, that's a modern, definitely just modern plate, electroplate. Set that one over here, and then there's one more, and then we're gonna go do a little bit of gold testing. This one feels good. But man, it doesn't look good, does it? Weird. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, it's sterling. Okay. That's why it looked that way. That's cool, though. Got a couple pieces of sterling. That's always fun. So the reason I was like, it doesn't look good was because it's some of the gold plate on it's wearing off. That's vermeil or gold over silver. All right. Let's go ahead and go do some acid testing. Why don't you join me? Let's get to testing. Okay. Now we just let it sit. I'm going to pause the video for a moment and let's start our stopwatch. There we go. All right, we're at 1.5 minutes, and I think we have some solid results. So not gold, not gold, 10 karat gold, 10 karat gold. I did an extra test on this one over here because it looked like it was going away, but that one is not going to be gold. So we got gold, 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 and gold. All right, let's go back to the bench and let's talk about what we have. Okay, so we did okay on gold. A little bit of 10 karat, a little bit of 10 karat. Now, of course, the problem with all these is like this is the only thing that's probably solid 10 karat, and that is at 0.17 grams. Now, I paid $14.80 for this this particular lot after shipping. So let's go ahead and weigh up all of our probably 10 karat here. I mean, could be 14, but honestly, we're guesstimating anyways because, as I mentioned, you know, each of the studs there, that's not going to be gold. It's only going to be part of it that's gold. So did we get a gram of gold? Probably. I think we got about a gram of 10 karat out of it. Was that worth our $14.80? I think so. More importantly, we had fun doing it, and there are a lot of cool little pins. You know, there are a lot of these things around that are, in fact, gold. Is it much? No, it really, really isn't much gold. And if you were to refine this, I'm not sure how much you would even be able to, you know, get necessarily. Probably a gram of 10 karat, which would be, you know, 0.4 of a gram of pure gold, which is fun. And that is the key thing here. These are fun. Most importantly, these little lots are good for learning and from an entertainment value, I personally think you can't really, it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat how much fun it can be to look through and learn about all the different little pins. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and comment. But most importantly, I hope that you were able to learn something in this video that you can use to go out and find yourself some gold.
Like this, I've been comment.